Hello, welcome back to our math wall review. So let's begin. Our number of the day is 41. So I want you to pause the video and do the tens and ones and see if the number's odd or even. Do that now. Go. Alright, so let's break this into tens and ones. 41 has 4 tens and 1 1. So it has no pairs to group together, so that means that the number is odd. 41 is an odd number. Moving on to our hundreds, tens, and ones. Remember, using the number 41, fill in the hundreds and tens and ones now. Go. And so we have no hundreds. There are 4 tens and 41 and 1 1. So now using our hundreds, tens, and ones chart, we're going to move on to our expanded form and write in the expanded form for the tens and ones now. So pause the video and do that now. Go. Alright, so let's look at our number real quick. 4 tens, so let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. So 4 tens is the same as 40. 40 plus our 1. So 40 plus 1 equals 41. Now we're using our 41 to find 10 more, minus 10, minus 1, plus 1. So pause the video and do that now. Go. And let's do this now. So we have 41. We're going to do the minus 10 first. So the ones are staying the same, so we can put that 1 right up there. We had 4 tens. We take 1 away. Now we have 3 tens. 41 minus 10 equals 31. Then we're going to 41 plus 10. So we keep in the ones the same. We had 4 tens. We're going to add another 10. And we have 5 tens. So 41 plus 10 equals 51. Now we're going to 41 minus 1. So we're focusing on that one spot. So our tens are going to stay the same. We had 1, 1. We took it away, and now we have 0. So 41 minus 1 is 40. Then 41 plus 10. So we keep the tens the same. We had 1, 1. We're going to add one more 1. So 41 plus 1 equals 42. Now we're moving on to missing number and finding those number partners for 8. So right now I want you to pause the video and solve the 3 equation with the missing number. Go. Alright, so let's just review real quick. 3 plus blank equals 8. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Blank plus 6 equals 8. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Do you notice on my third one? The 5 is here. So what do you remember about when we do a reversal? All we're doing is switching their spots and the amount stays the same. So if the 5's here, that means my missing number must be 3. They're just switching spots. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Now moving on to balance both sides. Remember, we're adding our numbers, finding it, then finding another equation that equals the same amount. So do that now. Pause the video and do that now. Go. So 2 plus 7 equals 9. And like I've done in the other videos, I'm just going to do the reversal. So 7 plus 2 equals 9. And then we're moving on to our fact family. We have our part whole number. So we have our 10, our additional ones to make the number 19. So pause the video and complete the 4 equations now. Go. And let's go through this. We have 10 plus 9 equals 19. 9 plus 10 equals 19. And when doing the subtraction, we always start with that larger number. 19 minus 10 equals 9. 19 minus 9 equals 10. And moving on to our whole part. So I'm switching it up a little. So we're going to do whole part, just kind of like we're doing with our two-digit number when we're adding. We're going to break it into a group of 10, the tens, and then the ones left over. So when we look at 42, we're going to break that into our tens, which is 40, and then we have 2 ones. And then we're going to put, remember, we add our parts together to get our whole, and then we do our subtraction. We take our whole and minus one of the parts. So I'm going to do the adding one over here. It's 40 plus the 2 equals 42, similar to our expanded form. Then we're going to do 42 minus 40 is going to give us 2. We're going to work on this more as we go. Moving on to greater than, less than, or equal. Pause the screen and solve that now. Go. Alright, so let's go right in. These should be solved already. So I'm touching my tens. I notice 27 has more tens. So 27 is greater than 17. I'm going to 11 and 10. I touch the tens. They are the same. I move to the ones. I notice that 11 has 1 1 and 10 has 0. So 11 is greater than 10. And moving on to our last ones, we touch those tens. And I notice 61 has more tens. So 28 is less than 61. Now we're putting the numbers in order. Remember, we're always going from smallest to largest. So pause the video and put those 4 numbers in order. We have 82, 36, 62, 43. Do that now. Go. Alright, so let's look at those. I'm going to touch the 10 in each of the numbers, so 8 tens and 82, 3 tens and 36, 6 tens and 62, 4 tens and 43, so 36 has the least or smallest amount of tens, so that one's going to go first. Once again, 8 tens, 6 tens, 4 tens, that one is smaller of those 3. And then to the last 2, 6 tens are smaller than 8 tens, so 62 goes next. And then 82 is our remaining with the largest number. Now moving on to our fractions. So pause the screen and do those now. Alright, so let's look at this. We're going to cut our circle into 2 equal halves, so that means 2 pieces. We're going to color in 1/2 of those, so we have 1/2 of the circle colored in. And then we're going to go to our rectangle. We're going to cut it into 4ths, 4 equal pieces. And then we're going to color in 2 4ths. And it should look something like that. Then we're going to move on to our time. So I'm going to put this right here between between the 6 and the 7 this time. So what time do you think we should write? Are we going to write 6:30 or 7:30? Remember, you can always put your finger around, and here's the 6 right here, and I'm like in the 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 zone. And I don't touch the 7, so I'm still in the 6 zone. So our time would read 6:30. 6:30. And then we're finishing up those double digits. So pause the video and do those now. Go! Alright, so I'm going to go through these quickly. 75. Remember, you should have worked these problems on a paper, either the long way or the short way, but still have worked them out. 76, 82, and 71. Don't forget, you can always make your own problems at home if you have a paper. You can cut them out into different numbers and pick one randomly, or if you use a die to roll the number. You can watch that on the video that I showed on teaching double digit with a multiple of 10. Alright, see you again next week. Bye!